This is a story about help. Retirement investment help, that is. But it's not a fairy tale. It's a story about money and how to make the most of it for retirement. Now, let's meet our two main characters, Joe and Nathan. Let's assume Joe is 45 years old. He's married with three kids, two dogs, and $10,000 in his 401k plan. And Nathan is single. Today he turns 45. Happy birthday, Nathan. He also has $10,000 in his 401k plan. Now, Joe's a smart guy, but when it comes to investing, he feels a bit overwhelmed. So when his company offered him professional investment help, he took it. Nathan, on the other hand, didn't take his company's offer of investment help. No specific reason. Okay, maybe he's a little bit skeptical, or maybe he just forgot. At any rate, he's on his own when it comes to retirement planning. Now, let's skip ahead, 20 years to be exact, and check in on Joe and Nathan to see what might have happened to their retirement nest eggs over time. Joe's initial investment of $10,000 could now be worth $58,700, and Nathan's $10,000 might be worth $32,800. So, Joe has almost $30,000 more than Nathan. That's over 75% more, which is a lot even by fairy tale standards. But remember, this isn't a fairy tale. This is an illustration taken from a financial engine's joint research study based on actual 401k portfolios. Financial engines wanted to know if professional investment help, including target date funds, professionally managed accounts, and online advice, really made a difference. So, they looked at the 401k portfolios of nearly 750,000 people from 14 different companies, separating those that got help, the Joes, from those that didn't, the Nathans. Then, they reviewed the annual returns of the portfolios for up to 7 years, which, if you remember, were volatile years in the stock market. And the results of their research showed that people who got help had better returns than those who didn't, by an average of over 3% more in returns each year. Oh, and in case you are wondering, those numbers are after professional fees have been taken out. In other words, Joe paid for his help, and yet he still made more than Nathan. While no one can guarantee future results, assuming these very same results continue over the next 20 years, that could add up to a big difference when it comes time to retire. So now you might be asking yourself, why does help make such a big difference? Well, the research answered that too. First, many people take too much risk with their retirement investments. In fact, nearly 40% of those not using help were taking too much risk, especially those people closest to retirement. Even when people were taking appropriate risk, many had investment choices that didn't serve them well. In other words, better investment choices could have delivered higher returns at lower risk. And still others panicked and took their money out of the stock market when markets were dropping and missed out when markets went back up. Investing for retirement is complicated. There are lots of decisions to make. And this is where help comes in. People using professional investment help can avoid the costly pitfalls of too much risk, inappropriate investment choices, and market timing. So, what's the moral to our story? Regardless of age or the amount of money in your 401k, across a range of market conditions, getting help matters. It's that simple. So, if you want to increase your chances of a happy ending to your retirement planning, do what Joe did and use the professional investment help available in your 401k plan. Who knows? Maybe there is a happily ever after in your future.